Nobody has to come.
No. The physical demonstration is not of the shechita as much as it is of the anatomy. We want to take out the kana and the koiva and the tabas hagadol and the chiti and the lungs and show what a sircha is, what sircha isn't. Hefshed or. There's a lot of sugyas that it's going to be important to see these parts.
So you told me this is very light, and in a month,
Yeah.
we get into the real sugyas and the heavier
Hearts,
anatomy parts.
brains.
That's when he wants to do it.
Don't you want to see what a kruma mayach is?
There's a guy that doesn't just do the street
Right. There's a few people like that. I already found 2-3 people. It's about 2,000 shekel. You're not interested. Okay.
The only thing I'm interested in is sikhs.
You hear that, Eli?
Sikhs.
Here's a video. Let's show the video this week, and in a month we'll do it live.
Let's show the video.
And if you're not so queasy, all right. Today's shir is we're going to be dealing a lot with what we had yesterday. This is the kana. This is the windpipe, the trachea. This part over here, the way they depict it is the tabas hagadol. It's the last ring. The difference between the tabas hagadol and the rest of the rings are tabas hagadol is a complete circle. The regular tabas is a horseshoe. It's missing the bottom part. And the Gemara wanted to say Rubik Kula maybe, but
You've added that stuff.
this I added. This is for today.
Where's it ushered at the chef?
Oh, that's the whole sugya. This part over here is a problem.
At the very bottom.
Mala.
The very bottom of that part is supposed to be okay.
Which very bottom?
The
Over
thyroid cartilage of the structure just above.
this over here?
Yeah. No.
Over here.
No. Yeah.
This is okay. Blue.
That's supposed to be okay.
Blue. You see blue? That's what we're going to be discussing this second. The hilchasa. Halacha is mishipui koiva ulamato sheira. So, shipui, if you look closely, there's a shipua, a slope, and the slope stops over here, or it starts by this black line. Red going this way, blue going this way. Says the Gemara, the halacha is, I can shecht it within the blue, ulamata, referring this way. Anything towards the body is lamata, anything towards the head of the animal, we have a picture of the head somewhere. Where is that picture of the head? No? Oh. So here's lamata, here's lamala towards the end of the animal. Okay. So remember this. What's the halacha? The halacha is, says the Gemara, that you could chef from the blue point down. It doesn't necessarily have to be, we had a shita that said only the tabas hagadol. Rav and Shmuel, only tabas hagadol. No, you could chef anywhere from this point on. This is interesting to understand what it means, because we had a halacha yesterday. Chiti, again, are, whoever wasn't here yesterday, chiti are the vocal cords. They look like two brain, pieces of brain. I don't have the great picture here. Maybe, here's one picture of chiti inside, the vocal cords inside, but I don't know, there's way too many pictures here. Okay. The point is, what the Gemara is saying here, the Torah, is that the chiti, oh, maybe it's behind. It's hiding. Here's chiti, yeah. Here's a nice picture of the vocal cords. Well, for us, what's important is that the Gemara is understanding that the vocal cords extend into the blue area. And that would go according to the shita that we said yesterday, that if you cut into the vocal cords, you leave a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the red, a little bit to the blue, it's kosher. Meaning, the Gemara over here is saying, "V'hainu d'shir b'chiti," that since I said I'm allowed to chef in the blue area, I could chef in the blue. Oh, Mr. Link, I'm sorry. Since I could chef in the blue area, and shir b'chiti, so what the Gemara is saying is the chiti, the vocal cords, don't think the vocal cords are over here, the vocal cords are all the way here by the blue, and it's kosher because I'm leaving some of the chiti to the top of the animal. Rav Nachman Aksher Meshipui koiva lamato, says the Gemara of Nachman, and we're going to quote him soon as a halacha. He said that you can check from the blue and down. Omar Rav Chanan bar Rav Katino Rav Nachman Keman. Exactly who are you going to? Who's your shita? Loik Rabbanon. What did Rabbanon say yesterday? Rabbanon said that you have to shech in the tabas hagdoila the entire thing. Rabbanon said there's no roy. Rabbanon said it has to be cool. You have to go from top to bottom, and you have to leave a chut hasayra this way in each direction. You can't cut all the way at the edge. You have to cut like in the middle, or like where this line is, but the entire thing, and you can't veer off, because if you veer off, that's called a grama. Even if you did 3/4 and you veered off, it's no good. And you're telling me that I could check completely where the blue is. That doesn't go according to what we said yesterday. Yesterday said Rabbanan said that you have to check before the blue. You have to check in the Tabas HaGdoila right over here. Now Rabbi Yosef Yehuda was mechulik on him, and he said on Chachamim, and Rabbi Yosef Yehuda said it's okay to check 3/4. We have the concept of Rubik Kula, but he only said that you can do 3/4 in the Tabas HaGdoila. No mention of this koiva business. Whoever spoke about shechting in the hat, in the helmet. Says Gemara, Omar Lei. So he told him, I know I don't know chilik and I know bilik. Rashi's final shot is, I don't know beryl and I don't shmerel. What they say in English. Beryl and shmerel. Two names, two random people. Like in other words, I know what you're talking about. You're telling me you're Yosi, you're telling me you're Rabbanan. We don't pass them like that. What's the difference? I don't know who they are even. You tell me shittas that I don't know about. The Rashi starts off saying that chiluk is a lashon to be mechalik, to cut the tabas hagdoila into half would be mechalik, or like Rabbi Yossi would be to balak means to destroy. So he means like he's coming in here and he's veering off. He's doing 3/4. He's destroying it. But Rashi says, wait a minute. In Sanhedrin we use the same exact lashon, nothing to do with shchita. Like bilik v'lei chilik. It's just it's a saying. So anyway, so what are you saying? So who do I go like? Not according to the shitas that we discussed yesterday. I know Shmaita Yadan. I only know what I learned. The Omar Rebbe Chia, and he starts quoting a bunch of Amiroi. The Omar Rebbe Chia Bar Abba, Omar Rebbe Yochanan, Tana, Va'amri Lo, Omar Rebbe Abba, Bar Zabda, Omar Rebbe Yochanina. These all Tana. Va'amri Lo, Omar Rebbe Yaakov Bar Idi, Omar Rebbe Yeshua Ben Levi. Fine. So at least I have 3 sources that say Mishipui Koiva Lamato Sheira, within the Koiva, from where it starts slanting, sloping, and down towards it's all kosher. And that's the shita that we mentioned yesterday. Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois. That if you look back on Yudches Amud Aleph, on the base, all the way on the top, like 3 lines down, it says, Hey, Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois, Alam Gremes Shik Sheiro. That it's okay if it goes into past the Tabas HaGdoila, it's kosher. And Rashi over there, by the way, says, what does Hayid mean? Hayid v'hachi hilchasa. The kol eidos hilchasa. That's the halach. Okay, says the Gemara of Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi. Now Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi comes and says, Rem is the Rabbanon Sheira. Mugremes the Rabbanon Sheira. What does Mugremes the Rabbanon mean? Hagrama, according to Rabbanon, like in the red arrow, that if I start off in Tabas HaGdoila, and I do 3/4 of the Tabas HaGdoila, and then all of a sudden I take a right turn, I veer off, and I go into the Koiva, according to Rabbanon, it's no good. That's called Hagrama, right? One of the 5 things that Pasel Shchita is Hagrama. Hagrama would mean shechting in the wrong place. It also means veering off in the middle. Starting off, you're going 3/4 and veering off. So that's Mugremes Rabbanon. I say,
You have rules.
what?
You have rules. If you did 3/4
Right.
and then you veer, you're
Very good. But according to Rabbanon, there is no roiv in shchita. You have to do now. And even if there is roiv in shchita, that would be right. Exactly. Even if there is roiv, and there is a concept like that, if you stop short at 3/4, you took your knife out, then you're right, you're good. But if you do 3/4 and do something wrong, then you ruin it. Says the Gemara, my mic is not up. Ooh, where's the mic? Technical difficulty. Thanks. V'amar Yeshua ben Levi, Megremis the Rabbanon Kshera. I hold that what Rabbanon say is Hagrama and it's possible. I hold is Kshera. Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda says that what 3/4 is enough. Rubai Kikulai. So Rabbi Yehuda says okay. Uda Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yehuda, that what Rabbi Yossi holds is Hagrama, which means that if I shechted most of it past the Tabas Hagdoila, Kshera Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois. So according to Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois, if I'm shechting past the Tabas Hagdoila in this blue area, that according to Rabbi Yossi is considered Hagrama, Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos holds it's not Hagrama. That's kosher. I could shecht in the blue area. That's how we started off the sugya. Hilchasa, the halach is I could shecht in the koiva, which is considered according to Rabbi Yossi Hagrama. It's not Hagrama. I hold. Says the Gemara Pshita. So what was he mechadish? That's exactly what we just said. That's exactly what Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos said. He didn't add anything to Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos. Yesterday that we learned on Omid Beis, hey, Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos, that's exactly what he said. I disagree with you Rabbi Yossi and you Chachamim, that this is all I grow in this area. No, you can go all the way to the blue.
Wait, when you're actually cutting this cow,
Yeah.
how are you being machsher what you're doing? It's very fast. You hold that cow, I don't know how you hold the cow.
Yeah, you have to check afterwards. You see that you went into the wrong, and you hit the trachea in the wrong place.
We're gonna go.
So you're saying
By the way, they stick today the shaykhtim after they do shchita, they literally stick their hand into it. They stick their hand to feel if they shechted the raiv. They know where they are. I mean, this guy was playing around because most of the shchitas today take place way over here. So if he's really close to his to the end of his head, right over here is a major problem. He realizes there's a problem, so he'll open it up and check. Did I hit this? Did I not hit this?
on that picture where they shechted?
Over
Or
here?
down?
But today they shecht over here.
So there's no question.
No. This is way up. This is like next to his, where he swallows. This is where he's swallowing, by the jaw. This is the jaw, right over here. This thing fits right in. Hashem puts it in, this is where it plugs in, right here. That's the plug. That's the end part, So what's the pshita? Says the Gemara, "Amau the same Rebbe Chanina ben Atignos Adir Rabbanon Koi Kamash Malon." Very good. Again, Rabbanon say this part. What Rabbanon say? Rabbanon say this is no good, and going into here. In other words, I do 3/4 over here, and then I veer off. No good. Comes Rabbi Yossi says no. 3/4 over here is good. Says Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos a third shita. Even over here it's good. So how do you know that Rabbi Chanina is going on both shitas? How do you know he's coming to argue on both? Maybe he's only coming to argue on the worst shita, on Chachamim, who say that 3/4 over here is no good. Comes Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos and says no, 3/4 over here is good. Like he agrees with Rabbi Yossi. How do you know he argues also on Rabbi Yossi? Maybe he only argues on Rabbanon, who say that 3/4 is no good. Comes Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos and says 3/4 is good. Says the Gemara.
He would hold exactly like Rabbi Yehuda.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what he really meant. Because if you look on Yud Chesam Beis, the Gemara finishes on the third line. It says, "Umugremes psula." Says Rashi on the spot, "Umugremes psula." That's going according to Rabbanon. That if I do 3/4 in the Tabas HaGdoila and then I veer off, it's no good. On that, all of a sudden he comes and says, "Hey, Rabbi Chanina," he should have said, "On that halacha, I disagree." What we just finished saying, he should disagree. No, he comes with a whole new thing. Hey, Rabbi Chanina, I'm arguing everybody, even on Rabbi Yossi, that says the Rubik Kuloi, but I can't go in here. I say you could go into the blue area. I could go into the Kaiva. V'ilchasa ki Reb Chanina ben Atignois, and the halacha is the Reb Chanina ben Atignois. Again, that you could shecht in the blue area. Ask the Rashash on the spot. Wait a minute. The Gemara that's how we started today's daf. V'ilchasa mishipikoi v'lo matak sheira. The halacha is, I could shecht in the blue. So why is the Gemara repeating itself? V'ilchasa ki Reb Chanina, I could shecht in the blue. We just said it. That's how the daf started. And the Marsha asks even more. The Marsha says, Hayid, we just said Hayid, Rashi says, means that's the halacha. So what's the point of the Gemara? To repeat itself, that's the halacha. Anytime it says Hayid, that's the halacha. Fine.
Also, if that's the halacha, why does the Gemara say the Kai of Nachman Kavasa?
Exactly. Very good. Yes, that's part of his question. Thank you. The Koyer of Nachman Kavasa, Mashma, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Yes. The Marsha points out it's because of Rav Nachman that we're passing the halacha, not because it's Hayid and that's the Eidos and that's the halacha. Yeah, what are you saying?
Is that an answer to Rashash's question on this?
Yeah, the Rashash goes into a whole shtickle Torah that they're going on something else, this, that, I don't know what it is exactly. Ayin Shom. He has a theory based on that. I don't know that the Marsha has an answer. Omer Avon, Omer Avasi. For this we need... Don't need, but okay. Omer Avasi, Omer Avhuna, Omer Avasi. Machloikis b'sheshochat shnei shlish v'higrim shlish. The machloikis is this top one. He shechted. This is the bas hagdoila in this picture. Okay, it's a little thicker.
Which part attaches to the animal? To the
This.
to the
This is the mouth right over here. This is the plug.
This
is the vocal cords.
Side is the neck.
This is the neck. Ignore this. This happened at 7:05. Didn't have time to reprint. This takes like literally 3-4 minutes to print out of the printer. Way too long.
So you got a 3D printer. Okay.
Exactly. Seriously, last night we were talking about it. My son came to me. He said, "Daddy, you need a 3D printer. You could just print the esophagus. You can print the kana." So we were discussing it, and we looked online. You need a code. You could print a gun today, so you could print, but they didn't really have animal parts. We couldn't find it, but I'm sure we could do it. That's the next project. We're getting a 3D printer. If anybody wants to be mishtatif, 10 shekel person, we'll get it. Okay. But it's funny that you mentioned it, exactly. You can print out anything today, but in 3D, I could. The Rabbi David from England was texting me like late at night, and he's like that his Magachir brought. How do you call a vacuum cleaner in England? He calls it a Hoover.
A Hoover, yeah, it's like a Band-Aid.
Because a Hoover what?
A Hoover is a manufacturer.
Yeah, but I know he had a 2-word. I understood right away what he meant, but
Vacuum cleaner.
he goes by the manufacturer. It was a very good idea. They brought the vacuum pipe because that has ridges in it. I'm not going to say the word. There's another word I don't know how to say. Cartilage. Okay. Frankincense. Whatever. So it would be a good hagdamas. I said, great, I'm going to bring it to shir. So I went to my vacuum, but the Hoover, sorry, I tried to pull it out. It was stuck in, I couldn't get that part out. Unless I brought the whole vacuum, I wasn't up to that. But if I had a 3D printer, I would have a piece of kana here. Fine.
So you didn't bring neither the Hoover
Not the piece. And just to get me even better, he says, an hour Rav is bringing the real kana tomorrow. So, okay, great.
Tell him to send it over once he's done.
Yeah, it's from England. Very good. Thank you, Rabbi David. Yishkoyach. Omer Avon Omer Avasi Machloikis b'sheshochat shnei shlish v'higrim shlish. There's two possibilities here. Either we're shechting 2/3 properly, and then we veer off into the wrong area 1 shlish. So we did 2/3 correctly. The final part, that's what our Rabbi David wasn't so happy about. What do you mean? He did 2/3. So what if afterwards he did 1/3 not good? Or he started 1 shlish not good. Red is no good. And then he made a turn and he got it good. He finally got it good. But he started off not good. So what's the halacha here? Again, we're talking about the Bas HaGdoila. He shechted properly 2 shlish, 2/3. V'higrim shlish. By the way, when the Gemara says 2/3, I don't think the Gemara really means 2/3. It's 51%. We're talking about roiv. It doesn't mean 75. But it's a good
66.
60. Thank you. Again, my math comes from Panovich. So it's a very, but even in Panovich we know that 2/3 is 66.6. Okay, fine. Machlokes b'shachar b'shnei shlish v'higrim shlish. The Rabbanan savri kula shchita b'ino b'tabas gdoila. Rabbanan say the entire shchita needs to be in tabas gdoila. What about this part, which is not tabas gdoila? Certainly it's okay. It's kolchkin. Tabas gdoila is not in this picture very well, but it's where the arrow is.
Blue and the red of before.
No. Tabas gdoila and the blue and the red was brown. The whole thing was brown.
So she's giving the relation to what we were talking about before.
Oh, hold on. Just understand. Tabas gdoila is over here.
So the Rabbanan say that's behind that.
No. So we are talking about this. This is Tabas gdoila. He went two thirds into this, and then he veered off this way, exactly like this picture. This is the picture. I'm just the only thing I'm showing over here is the difference between the two possibilities. Did he come this way? You see the arrow? Rav Huna says this is the machlokes.
Only everyone knows.
2/3, 1/3.
No in the back.
No?
No. That's the bottom. That's the top of is the neck.
In the front if they want to see.
Can I ask you a technical question?
Yeah.
There's a little gap between each of these
Tabois.
tabas.
Yeah.
Is between the tabas so the top tabas and the helmet,
Yeah.
there's a gap there as well? So it looks like one piece.
So here, let's see if we have the real picture. Yeah. You know, I don't have that real picture. Did I not bring it? Hold on. Yeah. That's the picture. Here, I have it. I have it over here. This is the Tabas Gdoila. There is. You see there's some sort of gap here. I see red flesh over here. Look in his book. You'll see a little red. It looks like a gap to me. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. The good news is, Rabbi Isai, this entire week, starting from tomorrow, is some of the shortest daf in Shas. Every day. Till like Friday.
Doesn't mean it's easier.
Correct.
And anyway, when it's short, you bring in other things.
We're gonna
you do other things. You like.
Right, but not if we have to catch up. Says the Gemara. So if he started, I'm getting lost here. We're holding over here. He did a proper shechita 2/3, and then he veered off to the left, to the right, and he did 1/3. Not good. The Rabbanan say kula shechita bina b'tabas gdoila. Rabbanan say the entire thing. There's no roiv. Roiv doesn't help by shechita. I need 100%. I need the black arrow just to go through and through. No red. And that's the machlokes Rabbanan Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi says over here. We also say the concept of rubai kekulai. Aval higrim shlish v'shachat shnei shlish. What if I do the one on the bottom? I started off no good, but only 1/3. I didn't kill the animal. What? Okay, fine. Exactly. You have ours on these pictures. Fine. It's just for. Correct. These are not. I even to explain to you, just to understand it better. I did it this way, where I knew it wasn't right. Then I decided to forget it. I erased it because it's all in Tabas Gdoila. Tabas Gdoila is not very obvious in this picture, so I decided to go 2/3 this way. But you gotta be more accurate. So I went this way. But you're right. Start over here. Fine.
Should be like that one.
His aura is the red should have been over here, and it might have been a better picture actually. Red over
This is
here.
the neck of the animal. No, this is inside.
No, this is where we shech from. Oh, no. Actually, we shech from here.
Yeah, so the arrow should be
We do shech from this side.
So the arrow should be like
Menachem, we do shech from this side. This is the close side. This is where we're shechting from. It's more accurate, I think, this way, because this is where we're shechting from, the closed part. It's upside down. You didn't realize it's upside down. Okay, fine.
Both of them are from the same side.
Okay. You're not gonna like my next picture then. Aval higrim shlish v'shachat shnei shlish divrei akol psula d'chinaf k'chiyusa bi'inon ruba b'shchita v'leka. Says the Gemara. What happens when did this animal die? The animal dies at 51%. At that point where you hit 51%, at 50 he's alive. At 51 he dies. Where did he hit 51? In the beginning of this black. But at the beginning of the black is a very small part of shechita. He didn't shecht anything. He shechted, let's say, from 33% to 51 is how much? Quick? 17. So he only shechted 17% in order to kill the animal. That's not a good shechita. In order to kill an animal, you have to do 51%. Omer Rav Chizda Adarabba Lema Maribcha. Maybe the opposite. Machlokes b'shigrim shlish v'shochat shnei shlish. Opposite. Maybe say there's a good machlokes in this case where he started off bad and he finished off good. Why? The Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Soba midid have a chatzi kone pogum. Now the Gemara introduces a halacha. It's going to be in the Mishnah later on in Masechta. When we learned about a veshet, the saphigus. If it has a small hole, it's treif. When it comes to kana, there's no treif by a big hole. So if you have 50% hole in the kana, it's slit. His windpipe is slit. His trachea is slit 50%. Not treif. Then the guy goes with a knife in the slit. He takes his knife, puts it right in the slit, and shechs 1%. What's the halacha? It's a good shchita. Why? Because he killed the animal. So why don't you say the same thing over here? So you're right, this guy started off bad, but by the time he got here, he killed the animal. He started off red is no good. He got to black, he killed him. What's the difference? No, say nafkamina.
In the actual.
Very good. He put a hole in his heart, and then he cut a little bit of his. That's not shchita. He cut in the wrong place, and then he continued in the right place. Rabbanan also makom shchita hachal makom shchita. So that's what Rabbanan say. What do you mean? Where the kana started out slit, and you continue slicing it. At the end of the day, I have in the makom shchita, I have a roiv shchita. But over here, where he started off in the koiva, that's not a makom shchita, and then he just finished it off in the makom shchita. So what if the animal died? The animal didn't die as a result of a shchita in the kana. He died as a result of 1/3 not in the makom shchita, and then the rest in the makom shchita. That's not considered shchita. Aval shochat shnei shlish. V'higrim shlish, but what if he did this case? He started and he did 2/3 correctly, and then he went off, he veered off the reakol kshera, and then it would be kosher. Now, what about the Mishnah?
Who are we saying this in now?
That there's no
I see.
You said-
You are saying the machlokes is zippa.
maybe the machlokes is says Rav Chizda. The Mishnah we learned yesterday in the Mishnah that Rabbanan say that it has to be al pnei kula. You have to do the entire thing. And over here, the Chayr was saying in Rabbanan that you don't have to do the entire shchita. That's because maybe what the Mishnah meant to say is that Rabbanan don't hold you have to do the whole thing in the makom shchita. You have to start in the makom shchita. Al pnei kula means don't start in the wrong place and come back into the makom shchita. Al pnei kula, everything you do should be in the tabas hagdoila. Don't give me anything from a makom pasul. But not that they necessarily hold you have to cut the entire thing. Later on, the first Mishnah in the second parak just says a statement, no machlekes, nothing, says that if you shecht roiv simanim, it's perfect. No, so l'chayr it's everybody. Everybody will agree that roiv is okay. Who told you that that Mishnah, the first Mishnah in Perik Beis, is not the Rabbi Yossi that we're talking about? We had a machlokes in our Mishnah. We explained that the Rabbi Yossi holds Roiv is enough. Chacham and Machlokes said Roiv is not enough. So maybe that Mishnah that says that Roiv is enough goes according to Rabbi Yossi. So just remember over here it's Abaya. In 2 minutes we're going to have the same exact shackle of Ataya, just with different names. Abaya says, listen, we have in Shas, Ruba Kukula all over Shas, nothing to do with Shchita. So you're going to tell me the concept of Ruba Kukula is only goes according to Rabbi Yossi in the entire Shas? That doesn't make any sense. It's always mentioned as a Stam Halacha, and Rabbanan are Stam. We go by Rabbanan, not by Rabbi Yossi. So you tell me it's a Das Yochad Ruba Kukula. I know Ruba the Shchita Kamina. I didn't say all of Shas. I said in Hilcha Shchita, Rabbi Yossi is the one that says Raiv, and Rabbanan say no. And there might be a difference. Maybe Dafkin Shchita, Rabbanan say there's no Ruba Kukula. Mishnah Achrina, very, very similar, almost word for word. The Rabbi Yossi bar Rabbi Yehuda Sovar Midi Dahava Chatzi Kona Pogum. He brings a raya from when he found it slit. The difference is they say no. You can't bring up from a kana pagum because the kana pagum everything is within the kana. Whereas if you started by the koiva, it's not in the right makom. If you started in the right place and then you just went veered off afterwards, the rakol kshera. Dotnan, we have the Mishnah. Rubi shalach kamayu. Masculine Rav Chizda over here instead of Abai. It's Rav Chizda. Maybe it's Dafka. Maybe the Mishnah in Perik Beis only goes according to Rabbi Yossi. And Chacham Amucholik. Only Rabbi Yossi about to call Rubi the Alma. Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Yehuda Katanila. What are you going to tell me based on that all the Rovs are Rabbi Yossi and not Rabbanon? Amalei and Rubi the Shchita Kamina the Shemana Lo the Pligi. Okay. New sugya. Higrim shlish, v'shachat shlish, v'higrim shlish. He started off bad. In the middle, he killed the animal in a good shchita, and then he ended off bad. Right? I have a picture.
Started in the kova.
Start in the koiva.
The bottom go on the back of the kova.
Here's my picture. I'm not going to fight with Menachem on this. I don't know how accurate this is. Just it fits well with the Gemara later. The Gemara says it looks like a comb, like a bristle of a comb. Fine. It started over here in the koiva, comes back around. Maybe it's in here in the Basak Doila or in the other kanim, whatever. 1/3 this way, 1/3 in the proper shechita, black is proper, then exits not properly. Where did he kill him? Where did the animal die? The animal died in the black area because the animal dies at 51%. So 51% occurred somewhere in the black. So he actually killed the animal. The Yitzis Neshama happened with a kosher shechita. Problem is he started wrong and he ended wrong.
He never got to the veshet then.
He did the veshet also. Yeah, he comes around. He does the whole thing. It's a long knife. It's a thick
He
knife.
has to go the other way. That's to start.
No, the veshet is right here, right next to it.
Right.
Veshet? So
So he never got there.
he got.
Before we went out, the way he came.
You're being very technical.
Before we said that we had full 51%
Yeah.
in the kosher base to do kosher.
Right.
We are only saying the opposite.
Right. Like Kasha.
If he went up 51 and they came down, he did 51 Sakako, just went up the wrong way. Yeah?
No, he didn't do 51 in kosher. He did 33 in kosher. 33% not kosher, 33% kosher, and 33% not kosher. Non-kosher, kosher, non-kosher. Yeah, they discuss your thing. We have to see. Is the Gemara or Rashi?
66% non-kosher, we have last day kosher.
What?
I know last day's the animal would be dead already.
What happened?
If he started off kosher.
Yeah, that's the next case.
33%,
Yeah.
then do the whole
That's this picture right here. Sorry, that's here. The exact reverse. Says the Gemara. Where are we? Higrim shlish, v'shachat shlish, v'higrim shlish. Ravuna Amar Rav Ksheira. Why? Because he killed the animal while he's doing a kosher shchita. Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Treifa. Ravuna Amar Rav Ksheira ki nafke chiyusa b'shchita kanafka. When the animal died, he was doing a kosher shchita. Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. By the way, notice they're both arguing what Rav said. Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, Ravuna Amar Rav. Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Treifa. Being on ruba b'shchita. At the end of the day, you need roiv. That's what you're asking. You need roiv in the shchita. You don't have it. Now, what about a different case, the opposite case? Shochat shlish, he did a proper shchita, 33%. V'higrim shlish, and then he made a turn, and he did another shlish in the wrong area. V'shochat shlish. Rav Yehuda Amar Ksheira. Rav Yehuda says it's kosher. And also shailu Rav Huna. And they asked Rav Huna, what's the halacha? Omar Lu Treifa. He said on his own, he didn't say what Rav said. He said, I hold it's kosher. Why? Treif. Why? Because where did the animal die? Where did the animal die?
During the bad part.
During the bad part, in the red. The 51% occurred in the bad. But he said it on his own. He said his own svara.
But there was rove at the end of the day.
Right.
There was, but where did he die? You can't check an animal and then shoot him and say there was a rove. If he died from the shot, then it's not shchita. He died over here from a bad cut, a cut in the kaiva. That's where he died. Then later on, you can't kill him after, you can't do shchita after he's dead. He's dead at this point, and then you come back around and you shecht. Shalom aleichem. He's dead. You're shechting a dead animal. Shomar Rav Yehuda. No, I'm not yelling at you. I'm explaining. Shomar Rav Yehuda Ikbed. Rav Yehuda was like, wait, what's going on here? Tarif no machshir. What I say is treif, you say is kosher. Umachshar no tarif. And when I say is kosher, you say is treif. Omer Avon. Yeah, exactly. Omer Avon Shavik Mikbed. He's right for being mad at him. Choda, first of all, the Yushmiele Mine, the Rav Anoloy Shmiele. First of all, I made this up on my own. I pretended I heard from Rav. I didn't hear from Rav. V'oid, ha'ika ruba b'shchita. Oh, you're kasha. At the end of the day, Rav Shchita. Time out. The Gemara is going to say not like him. But you hear, Levi, you mamish mechav into Rav Huna in the Havamina. Oh, Rav Chizda loyte edavach. No. Don't go down so easy. DK, mafsados lekamaisa. If you're not going to agree, if you're going to agree that that's kosher, then you lost your whole shot of the first case. The first case you said that he died in kosher, so over here he died in not kosher. You have to be consistent in your shita. Why is this kosher? Because when the animal died, he's doing kosher, even though most of it was non-kosher. So over here also, even though most of it is kosher, but the animal died in non-kosher, it should be not kosher. My time is the says the Gemara, Ikla Rav Nachman l'Sura. Rav Nachman came to Surah. Boimenei shochat shlish v'higrim shlish v'shochat shlish ma'u. He asked him this question. He did the shechita 2/3 good, but where the animal died, it was no good. Omerlu Lav Hainu der Rebbe Elazar bar Menyumi. Domer Rebbe Elazar bar Menyumi. Shechita ha'asuya kemasrik sheira. This is kosher, he says. Like Rav Yehuda. It looks like a masrik. V'dilma b'mokim shchita. Maybe the halacha that Rebbe Elazar bar Menyumi said that if it looks funny, it looks like a comb. He's talking about if he did this picture, but over here where everything is proper, it just looks like a comb. Says the Gemara, but that can't be. B'mokim shchita ma'ila. At the end of the day, he shechted properly. What's the big chiddush? Says the Gemara, yeah, it could be. Maybe Rebbe Elazar bar Menyumi did say it only dafka here. And what's the big chiddush? Like you need a very clean cut shchita. It has to be a nice slice, and none of this comb business. Kamash Malon, Simin, Bakad. These are the names of the Tanaim that we're about to say. Yosef, Rabbi Abba. What? It seems like the Gemara holds of this. Says Rabbi Elazar doesn't apply to here. Rabbi Elazar doesn't apply to here. Yosef, Rabbi Abba, Achoyer Rav Kahana. Rabbi Abba was sitting behind Rav Kahana, like we had similar the other day. V'yosef Rav Kahana came to Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda was darshaning, and you had Rav Kahana sitting in the front row, and behind the front row was Rav Abba in the second row. V'yosef Amar, shochat shlish v'higrim shlish v'shochat shlish ma'u. What if he did 2/3 properly, but the middle was no good? Amalei shchitasik sheira, like Rav Yehuda. That's Rav Yehuda l'shitasik. Higrim shlish v'shochat shlish v'higrim shlish ma'u. But what if he started bad, and then he ended, and in the middle he did good, and then he ended off bad? Omer shchitas psula. Again, Rav Yehuda's shitasa in the name of Rav. Shacha b'mokim nekev ma'u. What about that halacha we discussed? That the trachea was slit beforehand, and he put his knife into the slit and he just finished it off. Omer shchitas sheira. Now, shachadu paga boy nekev. What if he was doing a proper shchita, and let's say he got to 50%, he did a nice shechita. At 50%, all of a sudden there's a hole. And then the animal died because now there's 51%. But who did the 1% past 50? Hashem. He only got to 50%. It's a very interesting svara over here. Omar lei shechitasi psula. It's no good. Ozo Rabbi Abba Amor Kamid Rabbi Elazar. Ozo Rabbi Elazar Amor Kamid Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Elazar comes and repeats all these halachas of Rabbi Yochanan. Omar lei ma'ishna. So Rabbi Yochanan says, explain to me what's going on here. Why? Omar lei, shacha b'mokim nekev, nasa kimisha shachat goy v'gom Yisrael. Very good. I understand this. If a goy shechs 50%, and then the Jew finishes off the slice, the Jew did the shechita, so it's kosher. Shachat u'poga nekev. But over here, since the Jew did 50%, who did the 1%? Hashem. So it's as if the Jew did 50% and the guy killed him off. Anybody have a svar not like this? The Gemara says an unbelievable svar not like this. Why? Kari alei goy goy. You're talking shtusim. You're just throwing out goy as an excuse, but you could say it as much as you want. That's not the svar here. Omarava, why?
If you do it the other way and you go into the whole first.
Here, let's see what the Gemara says. Omarava shapakor goy goy. It's a good. Rabbi Yochanan said good goy goy. Bishlei mahasam midahaveli Yisrael mishchat ruba v'lo shochat. Ki nafki chiyusa biyad the goy kanafka. Who took out the neshama? The guy. If a Jew does 50% and then the guy finishes it off, the guy did it. But over here, where the hole was pre-existing, once the Jew got to the hole, then the animal dies. So who killed the animal? The Jew. It's as if the guy did 1% first, and then the Jew did 50% into the 1%, because the 1% was pre-existing. It's not like the Jew did it and then the guy came along. The guy was there and then the Jew came along. The thing, right? It makes a lot of sense.
Whatever was up, what the neck was a larger percentage, and the Jew did 1%, and the neck was 51%. Jews still brought it to that.
So you're asking if the nekev was 50% and the Jew only did 1%. Yeah, that should be. Yeah. That's what we said. That's okay. That's okay. Because 50% is not a treifa. 50% of the animals, and you killed it by going into the makom nekev, into the makom shchita. You know, that's what he's saying here. He's saying a big chiddush. You don't have to cut necessarily 51%. You have to cut in a place, only in a makom of shchita, and bring it that a total you have 51%. You don't have to do the 51%. No, his point is, just like a goy is not a Jew, doesn't matter who does it, a goy, a monkey, or a Kosh Baruch Hu. The point is, you didn't do it. It's pre-existing. We do eat Levi.
Yeah, but because people eat the boy
Okay, fine. All right, let's do the Mishnah Rabbi side. Beautiful picture here, also from the Mesifta. Look at this. It's everybody's favorite pet.
Zebra.
Bad memories.
If you shecht an animal from the side, what's the problem with the side? What's the problem from the back? The problem is its neck, its bone. If you hit the bone, you make it a treifa.
Using your fingers.
Malika is something else. You're right. Malika is we're gonna say. So here you can see it's not so clear, but this is its spine, right? This is its cord, its spinal cord. What?
You said you're poking the socket if you hit the bone.
That's another problem. But you made a treifa and then you killed it. That's a problem. If you go from here, but we're talking the side, not a problem because you're gonna shecht. You're gonna go through the simanim first and then get to the spinal cord, to the spine. That's okay. Now, by the way, Rashi points out the word ksheira usually means only b'diavad. It's lechatchila, and it's just because of the coming up words that the Mishnah uses ksheira. Hamoylek min hatzdadim. But if you do it with your finger, you're talking about a chata sa'oif or oila sa'oif. You do it with your finger from the side, not from over here, from the side. Then it's pasul. Hashoichid min ha'oiref shchitas psula. Ha'oiref means. The Gemara is going to explain. The real translation of oiref means the back of the head. We're talking about mula oiref means this whole area, which is in a bracket, the back of the neck. So if you do a shchita over there, it is pasul because you make it a treifa. Rashi discusses because that is the way you do milika, and that's ksheira. It's lechatchila. Correct. No. This is lechatchila. Hashay. That's the only way to do it.
For eating?
No, this is you don't eat from this. Well, yeah, the chatas. You put it on the oil. You for sure don't eat. And when that was the whole sugin zvachim. Just I don't remember right now. If you shecht that's the proper way to shecht a bird from this way, from the tzaver in the bracket. But if you come with your fingernail from this way into the bird, no good. The whole back of the neck is good for milika, and the whole front part is good for shchita. Okay, we'll start from the Gemara. We shouldn't have a big problem this week. Chaf Aleph is really this.
It's 3,000. Check it.